I've often walked down this street before, especially over the past couple of months, but you know what? It hasn't been as busy and lovely as it is today. That's because restrictions are easing up all around Victoria, and it's changing the way we engage and connect, and I couldn't be more excited. So you know what I've done for this community, darling? I've headed out into my own neighbourhood of Collingwood, and I'm just waiting on the street to see what queers I run into and see how they're doing.
Today, the energy's been amazing.
I had a day off, a bonus day off, and it was so sunny, and it's our first day out of lockdown, and I thought, I haven't been to Smith Street for months. So I rode my bike over, and ran into you.
I feel really good.
I really just needed to get out of the house, and I wanted to embrace the sun.
I'm outside of my suburb.
Look how nice it is.
I'm in a place where I've spent most of my time.
I feel like it's just joyous. I've seen so many streets laden with people on chairs outside businesses, and everyone just looks kind of happy and somewhat normal.
Oh, it feels great.
And also still looking like they're obeying the rules, which is very exciting.
It feels like reconnecting because I was feeling horribly disconnected.
I get to be with people that I love and have missed being in person.
Being here, I've already seen a few people out on the street, got to give them a quick wave as I passed on, and it's just reinvigorating.
It's been really good for the soul just to get out and see people again.
The vibe on the street is amazing.
You know, after naming my cushions, talking to them for weeks, it's nice to get out and actually talk to real people.
It really is wonderful to get out of our houses and into the streets and into our communities. But it doesn't mean we're forgetting what the past months have been like and what we've gone through.
Like anyone else, I think it's been really up and down.
I've been working and studying, so I've kind of still had a routine.
Up and down. I had moments of absolute euphoria, having a great time, getting a lot of shit done, and then rock bottom, and then swings and roundabouts.
I've managed to keep myself quite occupied and, free from boredom, so I'm thankful for that. I know a lot of people don't have that privilege to be busy during this time.
Generally I was okay, but it was a lot of just down kind of feeling, which I'm glad is sort of, even though we're not back to normal, nowhere near it, but it's just a nice lift.
I just moved here from Sydney 2 weeks before the first wave, and I have literally been in limbo for 8 months, so it feels good to go out and now just experience some form of Melbourne culture and life, so it feels good.
So good to be social again. It's just been so hard, I think, not being able to see people, not interact with people, not have that regular contact with your friends and your community. So I think it's finally been good to just walk down the street and see so many familiar faces out and about, everyone actually being happy and positive about how far we've come and how well we've done.
So are you taking some life lessons with you from the past few months into the new normal? I know I am.
Masks, obviously, distancing.
Resting, having time to rest. It's just been kind of nice.
I've definitely learned to spend time with myself. I never did that. I always filled every waking moment of my day with catching up with people or work or travel. So now to know that I can spend a night by myself in my room, listening to music or reading a book, is kind of great. Never did that before.
I've certainly learned to appreciate what I have, materially, not being able to just go to a shop and buy stuff, and appreciating good health.
Contactless click and collect is something I love and want to continue doing.
Just things we take for granted is suddenly not always readily available all the time, and it's just made me consider more what I use and how I use it.
This year's been the year of realising things,
I've really missed that social interaction with people, so that's become more valuable to me, and spending time with friends has become more valuable.
I probably burnt the candle at both ends before COVID, and I really pushed myself. I was always out, I was always socialising, but now I realised I was really burning myself out, so I think coming out of this, I'm going to be a little bit more intentional with my time and my energy, and actually, preserving that and respecting, my boundaries in that, and just taking care of myself, because pre-COVID, I was getting really sick. When my immune system was always shot, just because I was constantly out and around people and just really pushing it. So that's definitely what I take out of it.
Using things like Zoom is kind of an interim, and it's just not enough. You really need and want that physical contact with people to actually see their faces rather than through an electronic medium. So I think I want to spend more time with friends and less time at work and enjoy things I want to enjoy.
We probably have to learn to be a lot more patient with each other, and just we're all going through the same thing, just to love each other a lot more. And if you harbour any negative feelings or thoughts about other people, just let go.
Support businesses when you can, but just have fun. Go reconnect with people again.
learn to appreciate one another, because life is short and we've got to take advantage of it, every moment that we have. And what I've learnt through this time is just to love people a lot more and be patient with one another.
I'm actually someone who has sort of done a lockdown once before. I went through a period of unemployment and again being away from the community before I was connected. And I think it's really about realistic expectations. You know, you can't push everything too hard, because then we're just going to end back where we were. It's about realizing that it's not about being excluded, it's just being about being careful.
But just being mindful that people are getting back to working after not having worked for months and months and months, and just being mindful of that things might take a bit more time, and yeah, just giving them a bit more space to breathe, really.
We've all had a crazy 2020, but 2020 also means hindsight. So take your time, step into this new normal, and connect with yourself, your community, or your friends in whatever way works for you. Just get out there and enjoy the space that we now have. And I look forward to seeing you on the street where I live.